I'm gonna tell you about this role playing experience I had on my birthday. This guy over here, I don't think your hand reaches. I'm way the hell over here. Nope, still not reaching. There you go. Well, he is artistic soul 347, and well, he ran a one shot for my birthday, which also happened to be Friday the 13th. Uh, that happens every now and then, being born on the 13th. I was born on a Wednesday, though. But anyway, I made a character. Um, because he told me he wanted to make it like a horror slasher kind of a game. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a guy for this game. He's just gonna be a student, but I'm gonna make him like a potential serial killer. Like he hasn't killed anybody yet, but he's really thought about it. He's got plans. So I got him kind of a quiet, nerdy, shy guy, but I actually gave him really good physical stats and just kind of a social awkwardness to him. I gave him a tactical pen, which, if you don't know what those are, just look them up. It's like a steel reinforced pen that deals lethal damage, and it doesn't. I mean, it's really sturdy. It's not like you stab somebody and it breaks. It's meant for self defense. Uh, and a one of those fancy zip up leather bound Bibles, but that is reinforced with a steel plate. So yeah. Anyway, that's also one of his defenses too. Is when people would bother him, he'd be like, "Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord Jesus Christ?" And they'd be like, "Nah, that's okay." So anyway, we're all supposed to be gathering at this mansion out in the middle of nowhere, and I say like, "Okay," my character decides to go there. He knows there's gonna be some people there. Okay, I'll give you a quick background, I suppose. Shoot, what did I say his background was? Okay, he was like his like his mom died in childbirth, and his dad was kind of nuts and like killed his grandparents and himself, and he was like put up in foster homes and stuff, and uh, ended up moving away from his home high school where he was like kind of taunted and teased, and then went through puberty, and then ends up getting adopted. Back in going back to the same high school. So he's got a different name. He goes by Vinny instead of Donnie, like he did before. So he's got a different name because he got adopted. Nobody actually knows it's him. So he's one to get revenge on like the guys that made fun of him when he was younger. So he figures he'll go to this party that he heard about and just kind of test himself to see if he gets the opportunity to exact any kind of revenge. He's like I said, he hadn't killed yet. He's just an aspiring serial killer. That's all. So he shows up to the party, kind of stalking around. He does this thing where he just kind of looks like he's busy, but just doesn't really attract any attention. Uh, Notices this one jock that used to just bully him all the time back in the day. And he's talking with this other guy that never really made fun of him, but it was just, no big deal. But he wants to kill this Jock. He'd like to get a hold of him. So he's kind of doing his own thing, trying to keep an eye on him. And Jock finally notices him. He decides, okay, well, let's make buddy-buddy with this guy. Maybe we can get him alone later. So he goes and socializes a bit, tries to, crack some jokes. These guys are already pretty wasted, and he hasn't really on anything. He decides it shouldn't hurt him any to just like smoke a blunt with them, so he does that. Um, the lights flicker, and there's some rumors of people missing. Uh, then, like, some bad stench starts coming from the vents, and Vinny suggests, well, there's, could have gotten a little chilly in here. Maybe the furnace just automatically kicks on. Could be some dead, animals in the vents that it's, stinking up. I mean, you guys can go down to the basement to check it out, but I don't think there's anything we can do. So, Vinny stays at the top of the stairs while the others start to head downstairs. Now, the guys in front of, well, I wasn't too terribly clear on the order, the marching order going down the stairs, but the Jock and the, God, what did I call him? The hippie kid. It was Jack Sutherland was the Jock, and Jason Wilson was the just kind of slacker, poor family kind of kid. Probably loner, maybe. One of the ones that was to be popular, but kind of is left out of the loop. But anyway, they narrowly escape a pit trap somebody set on the stairs, but Jack's other Jock companions did not escape. They fell on the spikes. Now, like I said, Vinny stayed behind. He looked at the top of the stairs, was, keeping an eye on the guys, and he saw this happen, and he's like, whoa, dead bodies all of a sudden. And he's kind of amazed. He didn't think about anybody else coming and trying to kill people at this place, and all of a sudden he's seeing dead bodies, and he's a little anxious, if you know what I mean. He's a little excited. And just, amazed, almost thrilled, and like, the other two, they're like freaking out, throwing up, and Vinny's just like, so they try to get back up the stairs, and Vinny helps them as best as he can, even though he's just kind of, shocked and amazed, and the they're flipping out a little bit. So we decide to try to go back to the kitchen. When we get back there, the lights are all off. But Vinny finds a switch, and lights come on, and there's a bloodbath. And then it happened. There's nobody left alive in this kitchen. There's just bits and pieces everywhere. Somebody even looked like they had tried to be doing a beer bong, and they got their head caught off in the process, and beer still flowing out through their mouth, through the bottom of their neck. The door's also, the door to leave, another exit door from the kitchen has been nailed shut. Vinny notices. He's like, hey guys, we gotta get out somehow. Jack had decided to run to the front door, and he found that it was welded shut somehow, so he ran back to the kitchen. He's trying to escape through the window. He'd smashed it with a chair and tried to climb out, but there was a razor wire around the outside of the window, so his arms are all sliced up, and he's freaking out. Jim, or Jason, he's kind of not knowing what to do. Like, well, what should we do? How should we get out of here? So they decided to grab the table and try to ram the wall for some reason. I would have suggested trying to ram the door, but nobody's thinking right here. This is a freaking murder house, so there's not a party anymore. So they're ramming the wall, and I'm like, flip that table over, rip them legs off. We gotta find our way out of here. Let's try going up the stairs and getting out of the second floor window. At least those aren't going to be razor wired. And if we can stand a 10, 20-foot fall, we'll get out of here. Vinny's not even concerned about trying to kill anybody anymore. He's thinking that somebody else will kill him, most likely. But anyway, the music has stopped by now. Everybody's starting to calm down a little bit. They're not so scared. They're, kind of angry, upset, ready to leave. They go out to the foyer where the front door is. The party's completely gone. There's nobody here. There was no party to begin with. Vinny, this is kind of getting supernatural on him now. And he's not really used to supernatural. He thought somebody was, just a murderer got there before him. He's like, oh, well, my work here's done. So now he's like, what's going on? This ain't right. What's in these drugs you gave me, guys? Come on now. Gosh, I forget who it was. One of them tried to go to the front door to open it, but it was it burned their hand. And I'm trying to remember this part. I know we heard some noises upstairs, and we were thinking about going upstairs, but then all of a sudden there was this mountain man, which Vinny had seen him in the house, in the doorway, but then he was gone. Or over there, and then he was gone. And now he's behind us with a shotgun, and he shoots at us. We don't really feel the hit, but we can feel the blood. And then the dude's just he vanishes again. After saying, get out of my house. It's and then Vinny just snaps. He's like, I want to get out of your house. Let us out of your house. Vinny stomps up to the door. It's like, fuck you, door! Just hits the door. Door opens. The other guys are like, whoa. The door just opens. So Vinny flings the door open and he's like, watch there be another parallel freaking dimension out here, Who knows? So he turns to exit the door, and there's the mountain man again. And he shoots Vinny with his shotgun again. And everybody's like, oh, I've had enough of this. He pulls his Bible out. The steel reinforced Bible. It's raises it over his head. The power of Christ compels you, motherfucker! And then slams the book down on the shotgun. And I ended up rolling real well on that and disarming the guy. And he lets out this ghostly wail and disappears. So he puts his Bible back, and it's about damn time, or something like that. But I don't think he said anything all that clever. And then he looks at the other guys, and they look like they're headed for the door. So he turns, and he's trying to get out the door. The door shuts and knocks him down back inside. And he's just had it. The other guy is flipping out. Jack starts taking off his clothes. He's like, what are we doing? How can we not get out of here? And then you hear a voice say, to leave, one of you must die. So that's the breaking point for Vinny. Jack's all takes his clothes off, and he's in his boxers shouting, take me, take me. And Vinny's like, alright, this is it. Everybody's all kind of beat up and tore up from the whole night. Vinny takes out his Bible, bashes Jack over the head with it. I mean, he got him a really good bash. I rolled excellent on that roll. And down goes Jack. Jason's just kind of like, how could you do that? Oh! He comes at him with the giant table leg. Unfortunate roll. He just whiffs him. Vinny is ready, though. He takes out his tactical pen and ends up stabbing him in a vital area in the chest. And Jason goes down. And he's thinking in his head how the voice is like, one of you needs to die. And he, like, just, you know, is holding the Bible and the pen. And he, like, looks up and says, how about two? And so the front door opens. And he hears a voice that says, well done, grandson. And he's wiping the blood off of his face and starts to leave. Evidently, Jason's not completely dead yet. He's still bleeding out. He's trying to grab his ankle. The other guy say I stopped and said, I just stopped his fingers. Just stopped his fingers. And he leaves. And who knows what's in store next for Vinny. I've heard tell of another game that we might play a few weeks after the mansion incident, so we'll see if I can get in on that and continue Vinny's little serial killer rampage, which apparently is, according to our storyteller, in Vinny's history, so we shall see. This was a recap of the one-shot on Friday the 13th. I had to, like I said, I had to make sure it was nice and horror. Nice little twist to the horror story there. That's how I played Vinny. And hopefully we'll get some good players for the next round, and maybe Vinny will die. Maybe he'll add some more little checks to his scorecard. We'll see.